All right, Nick, let's talk about the LA Chargers. This is a team who just got healthy and over this past week, finally having all the pieces together, they put together a big win over a good Miami Dolphins team, Nick. And this win is even more important because the Dolphins and the Chargers were both currently in the hunt for the wild card spot. So this is great news for the Dolphins. They were able to string together this win against the Miami Dolphins and kind of start some momentum going down the stretch to show that they have some pretty good odds, Nick, to potentially make a playoff run here. And we have a story all about that. But, Nick, it's no secret what the secret sauce to the Chargers is, and that is no other than Justin Herbert. The quarterback has been nothing short of incredible. He's a really great player, and we love to watch to see what he does. But there's been a lot of great Chargers quarterbacks throughout history, Nick. You name a few. You got Philip Rivers, Dan Fouts, Drew Brees, Ryan Leaf, Doug Flutie. There's tons of guys you don't even think about. But that's my question to Chargers fans today. Who's been your favorite Chargers quarterback of all time? Let us know in the comments below. But Nick, what do you got on the Chargers?
Yeah, so you alluded to the fact, right? Chargers get an absolute must-have huge win over the Miami Dolphins. And because of that win and the rest of the shake in the FC, the playoff picture, according to 538, starts to look really good for the Chargers in terms of getting into the wild card. Obviously, with the Chiefs at the top of the division titles kind of out of the picture. But the Chargers, although they're actually just outside the playoffs looking in, if the playoffs started today, their chances are actually really good, according to 538. 538, for those who aren't aware, does a lot of the analytics and prediction and things like that. So the Chargers, according to 538, have a 55% chance to make the playoffs. The two teams that they're main competing with for the final wild card spot would be the Jets. The Jets only have a 33% chance, according to 538, and the Patriots only have a 39% chance. And of course, you look at the Miami Dolphins, who the Chargers are one game behind, but the tiebreaker are actually only 11 points ahead of the Chargers at 70%. The Chargers are at 59. Again, the Chargers are in a really strong position to make the playoffs. They have better than 50-50 odds, and they have the better odds to be either the seven or the 6 seed compared to the Jets or the Patriots, and they're just right behind the Dolphins. And according to Tankathon, this is probably why they have such good odds, is that they have the second easiest strength of schedule for the rest of the way. They have one final hard game against the Tennessee Titans coming up, and they have 3 much easier games finishing up with winnable games against the Rams and the Broncos and teams like that. So, the Chargers, after battling through all of the injuries, all the ups and downs, Herbert getting beat up, every receiver getting beat up, every offensive lineman, every defensive lineman, every defensive back, pick a player, the water boy sprained ankles. This is a Chargers team that's been absolutely obliterated by injuries. Despite all of that, all of the odds and all the analysis says this team will make the playoffs. What do you think of the Chargers, and what do you think of the possibilities in front of them?
Well, I mean, I like their odds, Nick, quite frankly. Like we said, we take a look at the schedule down the stretch. You like their chances against a Titan team who's been struggling as of late. You like their chances against a Colts team. You like their chances against the Rams, who's obviously been struggling as well. And no matter what, that's a home game for everybody. So, good on them there. And then you play Denver. So that's a divisional tough game. But, I mean, Denver has been, quite frankly, struggling as well. So you got 4 fairly winnable games down the stretch. If you win out, I feel like your odds are pretty good because some of the other teams in this playoff hunt do not have as easy or theoretically easy. You don't want to say any schedule is easy, but a theoretically easy of a schedule as the Chargers do down the stretch, Nick. It looks very, very doable for them. And I think, like we say, they're getting healthy at the right time, and that's got to be huge. Getting guys like Keenan Allen back, getting guys like Mike Williams back. Palmer is really coming to his own. They really look like a strong team, Nick, and I just want to see what they can do down the stretch because the Chargers kind of, to me, has always been that team when you're like, oh, look out for the Chargers, don't want to play the Chargers in the playoffs. They hang around. They're always in games. They're liable to be able to beat anybody. So I think you just give them a chance, and they feel like the Bengals to me, Nick. They get in the playoffs, and they have the ability to make a run on any team.
Well, that's what an elite quarterback will do for you, right? When you have a guy like Herbert, or you brought up the Bengals, whether it's Herbert, Joe Burrow for the Bengals case, when you have quality quarterback play, you have the ability to beat anybody. and they are going to get even healthier, right? Derwin James will eventually come back. Bosa should eventually come back. They're going to get healthier and they're going to get better. That's what makes them so dangerous. And even if they lose a game to the Tennessee Titans, which, by the way, they're favored to win that game, and I really like the Chargers in that game, the remaining 3 games, like we talked about, are very winnable. And I look at this race right now in the AFC, I think 10 wins for sure get you in the wild card. And when you look at the Patriots and the Jets, already only have 7 wins, and those schedules between those guys are brutal. The Jets have the Lions, Seahawks, and Dolphins. The Patriots have the Bengals, Dolphins, and Bills left, right? And so that both these teams, I don't think either of these teams goes 3-1 during that stretch. I think they both probably go 2-2, and that opens the door for the Chargers. If they handle business and win 3 of these 4 remaining games, they'll be favored in all 4. They will definitely be in the wild cards of the playoffs. And even if they drop one of them, hopefully it won't be against the Titans, but even if they drop one of them, they're still in a strong position. And if I'm a Chargers fan, after all this season, all the ups and downs, all the injuries, all the heartbreak, to find a way to scratch and claw your way into playoffs, that would be an absolutely massive win.